Good evening, YouTube. It's not afternoon. Yeah, it's evening. Yeah, I just woke up not too long ago. Actually sitting here, I had to shut down at the shipper, and I was like, yeah, you know what, let me make this video about the good and the bad, you know, working here for USA. Now, the great things I love about being here at USA, number one is the freedom. Like, you know, when I was with Prime, I was so used to being in a small sense of being kind of forced dispatch. Now, obviously, you know, at Prime, you know, as a company driver, you pretty much forced dispatch. Well, they tell you to go for the most part, you better get there and go. But when you're a lease operator at Prime, you can reject the load, but it seems like if you got the wrong butthole dispatcher, you pay for it because they do some underhanded crazy stuff to where they can mess your revenue up for the week to where you just don't make much. Sometimes go in the hole, you fight with your dispatcher, all kind of stuff. But here at USA, and that was one of the main reasons that I had actually came here, was because of the load board. Now, grant, their load board is only a year old, so they still got like certain glitches that they're trying to work out as far as like this week, right? I made that video about the cop pulling me over, and I was telling y'all towards the end that I had a really bad week. And part of me having that bad week was because I would pick a load, and like we still have DMs, like a you know, a fleet manager here at USA, because when we pick the load, they have to put it on us depending on if our like if the logs, like they look at our logs to make sure we have enough time to run the load, or they look at the last loads you pick to make sure that the times go together as far as, okay, well, if I drop this load, do I have enough time to go pick up this load? So they try to check all that before they actually put the load on you. So, you know, you pick the load, and your fleet manager is supposed to look over all that and make sure that you legally able to run it, or even to make it on time to run it. So, like I said, I'm going to show y'all the load board. Let me pull it up. See, I'm trying to learn how to, because every company have a driver's hub. Like, it's only been on 2 companies, so I can only talk about 2. But yeah, Prime had a driver's hub, and USA's driver hub ain't too much of a difference, to be honest with you. But it's harder to download it on the desktop for some reason, because I guess the software. But like, if you have a cell phone or a tablet, you know, you can go to the Play Store and you can find it all the time. So, like, you know, obviously, you know, I don't know if y'all can see this, but let me try to get a good setup. So obviously, this is the driver's hub. So this is what it looked like. So I'm gonna go more into details how to do the math of it when I get some time, because I've been working so much that I haven't really had time to sit down. Like, if it's not a video to where I can just sit down and just, you know, spit or talk from how I feel, then, you know, all that other stuff, I have to take time to sit down and go into detail. That's why I haven't been doing videos that requires details, because I've been hustling. So, but let me see. Yeah, but this is what it looks like. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can get y'all to see it a little better. But these are all the loads, and I think I showed y'all before. But you, as a lease op here at USA, this is your bread and butter. This is your bread and butter. And like I said, if you're a person that's trying to be a true lease operator, owner operator, whatever you call it for y'all gurus that gotta always say something, I don't care what the hell, but if you want to be a true or whatever you call it, then there's nothing like having the freedom to be your own boss in a sense like that. I can pick my own loads. If I don't want to go here, I'm not going to route myself there. Like, if I want to run only, what, 400 miles, and that's my choice. If I want to run 1,000 miles, that's my choice. And then it kind of teaches you freight lanes, because obviously, as you are on the load board, you know, looking from state to state of what loads is coming out there, you get to see which states has the better paying loads as you put in time with this load board. Like I said, that's probably gonna have to be another video, but like I said, you have me see. Like this part right here is all the criteria to start searching, but let me see if I can put something in. So right now, I was looking in Mount Vernon. I was looking in Mount Vernon, Indiana. So whatever I choose from this list of loads, like say, let me see. Like say I choose, I'm definitely going to, I'm definitely going to Massachusetts. I mean, obviously you can't always go to good states all the time. So you got to do that triangle to where you kind of can, kind of just go back and forth to where, okay, you might go to a state that might got some crappy loads coming out, but when you go to that state, make sure you go to a state that got good loads coming out. So it's kind of like you piggy back and forth, and you gotta kind of take the good with the bad, but you need to know how to take more of the good than the bad, because if you take too many bads, then what are you out here for? So, all right, let's just say North Carolina is a good state. It's a good state with loads that come out pretty decent. So, like this kind of shows the details of this load. And that's another thing. If I don't want to have something that has more than 2 stops, guess what? I don't have to take it. There at Prime, like, you know, they be trying to just put that on you, like, hey, man, you need to, man, you better, I ain't running this. And then, sure, I heard at Prime, you reject too many times, they call you in to have a talk with you. What you mean? If I don't want to run it, that's my choice as a lease operator. I shouldn't have to run it. But like I said, say I choose that load that's going to Statesville, North Carolina. Now, before I actually pick that, what I'm going to do is type in the criteria, Statesville, North Carolina, and I'm going to see what's coming out that state first. And if I go to see what's coming out that state and there's a bunch of crappy loads coming out of there, then I don't want to pick Statesville, North Carolina, because I know that there's not going to be no loads coming out of there to make up for me going in there. So I'm going to keep looking and looking until I find the state that's going to have like decent enough loads coming out of there. So yeah, so that's about that. But like I said, you know, like I said, the good part of being here is, like I said, freedom and home time. Because by me having more control of where I run, obviously I can run through home, but you want to be smart about it, because the more you, that's with any company, the more you go home, of course you're not going to be that as profitable if you was to stay out longer. So that is true. But like I said, USA, I gotta find my card. But I had all the states that they do, and majority of the lanes they do is northeast, southeast, they do south, kind of south, midwest. They don't go past I-35. Like I think the furthest they go is Arkansas, Texas. They do Missouri, they do Tennessee, Kentucky, but mostly East Coast. Like for me, since I've been here, I pretty much just been up and down I-95, up and down 85, up and down 475, just pure East Coast. Like I just been up and down. Like I'll run up north, go back south, run up north, go back, and I'm loving it, because if something happens at home, I'm less than 600 miles away, where if something happens, I can get there within a day to be there for a situation that needs my attention. So I'm loving that. But back to the situation that will happen this week. Like I said, this load board is new, so I'm guessing that they still working out the glitches. So I had picked a load this week, and for some reason the load had dropped off. So by the time I had got to deliver my load that I was dealing with, like usually you can pick up to 3 loads, so you always have a pre-plan to where as soon as you do one load, you can go straight to the next and straight. I'm loving that too, because I know at Prime, sometimes they preload you, but sometimes, most of the time they don't. So by the time you finish delivering the load, you sitting there waiting like, dang, dispatch, are you going to give me a load? Like, time is money, you wasting my time. But with this load board, it's up to you. Before you even start your day, you should always have 3 loads under your back. And if you're good enough, you can even still have 3 loads under your back even if you do home time, because the criteria also has the thing where you can pick a date. So say like for me, I go home Friday, which could be I think today is Friday. Today is the 6th. So say I'm home on the 6th, but I don't want to come out until the 9th. So all I gotta do is just look for something coming out on the 9th, and now I got a preload, so by the time it's time for me to come out, I already know what I'm about to do. That's what I'm loving. But like I said, sometimes if you don't pay attention to the load board and you don't make sure that it's planned on you, those loads will drop off, and when you get to deliver your load, you thinking you got your pre-plan, and now you ain't got a pre-plan because you didn't know that the load dropped off. And what's supposed to happen is your fleet manager is supposed to call you to say that you wasn't able to get that plan, or maybe the shipper canceled the appointments, or you know, for whatever reason they supposed to let you know. But they didn't let me know. My loads kept dropping off, and sometimes like the load board changes daily, so what I might have picked that day might not be there the next day. Like it changed consistently because load steady going on the board, off the board, on the board, off the board. So by that load dropping off, when I went on there to look again, it really wasn't nothing coming out until like the next day later. So I had to sit for a whole day somewhere where I didn't want to be. I could have stayed home for that, and it messed me up to where my week is going to be fucking shitty this week because somebody dropped the ball when it came to making sure that the load I picked was on me, and I was so freaking pissed. And not only did that happen once, it happened twice. Matter of fact, the first time wasn't really that the load dropped off. The first time was I had planned the load, and when I got there, nobody told me that the shipper was going to be closed because of holidays. So that made me sit for a day, because by being holidays, wasn't nothing really coming out. So I had to sit for a whole day to wait to find a load that was going to get me going. But my thing is, if y'all should know this ahead of time to call me to say, okay, well, this load is going to be canceled, or they're going to be closed. Like communication. Like I said, even though this is a load board, you still have to communicate with your fleet manager about appointment times. Did the load get planned on me, or why did it drop? Stuff like that, you still have to talk to them, even though you kind of your own boss as far as picking the loads. So yeah, man, that messed me up. But other than that, though, everything is going fine. You know, like I said, the more that you can stay out and grind, the more you'll have a better week. But the option is still there to go home every week and still make like what I was making at Prime, because, excuse me, but since I've been here with USA, my income has been pretty much the same as what I was at Prime, and I'm not turning as many miles, not working as hard. Like I could probably do 3 loads and sometimes maybe even 2 loads and make just about the same thing I made with Prime. I'm kind of sitting here trying to get used to that, because I'm used to, like, I mean, I'm not trying to sound derogatory, but shoot, I'm a tomboy, so I might talk like a man sometimes, but for the most part, I'm a tomboy, so it is what it is. But I ain't got no balls, but it's just a figure of speech. I was busting my balls working hard at Prime. Like, I had to grind time. Shit, they got a group in Facebook called Prime Time Grinders. I see why. They be fucking working the living shit out of y'all. Y'all work for y'all money. Fuck what you heard. Now, unless you a favorite, cause like maybe you a YouTube favorite, or you bringing a lot of students into Prime, or you just Prime's favorite, then maybe not. But for all the go-to people, I guess the go-to meaning like you at the bottom end of the totem pole, to where they don't give 2 cents about you. They just throw you the scraps. They don't give you all the good stuff. They give you the scrappy stuff because you the go-to person. If you that go-to person, you busting your balls. Busting balls. They don't care about you. You just a go-to person. You just an extra. You ain't that main line. You ain't that main squeeze. You just the side piece. So yeah, that's just my take. Like I said, freedom. I mean, you gotta be smart at what you do here. Only thing that it can be bad if you don't stay on top of it. Like, you have to keep up on your books. Like, if you're a lease operator, make sure you have a good CPA, whether it's your own personal one or you use theirs, which is ATBS, and I need to call them too. And I'm trying to find out if they file our highway taxes for us, our IFTA, or is we supposed to do our IFTA ourselves, because I have to get on top of it if we supposed to file it ourselves, because IFTA is, I think it's fuel tax, highway tax. And one of you guys had commented and was asking, do I know anything about, I think it's a 2290, and that's highway taxes. I guess it's like a form you're supposed to use when you file your highway taxes. And I took some notes on it, and like I said, I've just been working, so I haven't had time to sit down and go into like you know, small details about certain things. But like I said, I'm still gonna cover the contract and details, and when I get a chance, I'm gonna talk about, I believe it's the 2290 he was saying. I gotta look at my notes because I could be saying it wrong, because I be saying a lot of bloopers, y'all. So forgive me if some of the stuff I say, y'all like, that ain't right. That's why yesterday I made that video about checking in, and I had said something wrong about the weight position, and I said, oh shoot, that is wrong. Let me chop this up and take that out, because I'm not trying to give wrong information. And what I had said wrong was, I was like, yeah, you know, the trailer weight is supposed to be, like, most of the weight is supposed to be on the trailer tandem, so when you ride down the road, you know, you being helped. That is so far from the truth. When you have weight on the trailer, most of the weights is supposed to be on your drives, but you want to make sure that your weight is evened out close together, so that obviously you're riding evenly. But if you just must have majority of the weight sitting somewhere, you want to have it sitting at the beginning of the trailer, because if you got too much weight sitting on your trailer tires, that can kind of make you fishtail, because you pulling more from the back than from the front. So I was like, let me fix that, because that is wrong. You want to have, if you have to have majority of your weight sitting on your drives, so that you are being evenly held down. And really it depends on if you top heavy or bottom heavy, or however they loaded the trailer. But I'm still learning all of the like actual like real details about that. But I know that that's basic. Like, most of your weight is supposed to be at the front of the trailer and not the rear. So I had to cut that out and fix that up. I was like, dang, that's why I say, you know what, I'm going to stop just posting videos without viewing it, because I'm not on here to give wrong information or to look like a fool. So I'm going through a lot of videos to make sure that it's correct content, and to make sure that I'm not making myself look foolish. Because if I do, that video is coming down, or it's just about to get deleted. So alright, y'all, like I said, if you're looking for a company to where, you know, you can just have more freedom on where you go, what loads you can pick, and you know, just feel like you a true lease operator, you know, I think USA would be a good fit for you. And but if you do come here, though, I'm not gonna lie to you, if you do come here, like I said, make sure you know freight lane, because they have two ways that you could come in as a lease op. You can do mileage pay, like I said, to where you get $1.09 a mile, and then you get stop off pay, bonuses every month, and they give you the miles. And then, or you can do the load board, to where you get 68% of the load. They give you detention order. That's another thing I like too. Like with Prime, you had to freaking stamp the paper, do this and that. With them, it's automatic. They know if you sat overnight, and they automatically pay you your detention. And if something went wrong to where like you had to sit, or appointments or something, they pay you for it, where you ain't got to sit here and fight with them, hey, where my money at? Like, y'all supposed to pay me this, blah, blah, blah. So like I said, you got mileage pay, or you can do the IC load board. So that's two ways you can deal with coming here. But like I said, if you do the load board, make sure you know freight lanes. Learn freight lanes before you even think about touching anybody's load board. Learn it, because if you don't, that is a recipe for disaster, and you don't want to have recipes for disaster. We out here to make money, so let's get our paper, baby, and let's make it. So, and then also too, like I said, just know that sometimes when you pick loads, they can fall off for some reason. I don't know. I hope they fix that glitch, because that made me so freaking pissed. And I ain't gonna lie to you, that almost made me so pissed. I was contemplating quitting. I was about to say, you know what? Y'all messing up my goddamn money. Don't you play with my money. You keep playing with my money. Y'all, I'm out of here. Y'all see me going for another company. And y'all know I don't believe in company hopping. But obviously, I don't care if I'm only 600 miles away from home. If I'm away from home, period, I'm out here for money. I'm not out here to waste my time. So USA got a lot of good things with them. But when it comes to that load board glitches or whatever, that shit need to be fixed, because I don't play about my money. So yeah, and I'm still kind of upset, because I'm hoping that they fix my week, because those two incidents really going to make this week a really bad week for me, which I don't appreciate that. But every company got their bullshit with them. So like I said, I'm gonna see how things go next week, but you know, I'm pretty sure they'll fix it because they're pretty good with correcting issue that occurs from what I'm seeing. But if not, then I'll let you know, because like I said, I don't want to guide people the wrong way. And I thank everybody that came here to USA and used me as a referral. I thank you so much. I have to get the names so that way I can give y'all shout outs. And if we ever run into each other here, I will, you know, just love to chop it up. But like, hey man, hey USA fam, we are USA family. And if y'all got any questions for the people that might have came here and referred me about the low board, I don't know how y'all can contact me, but I do leave my email on a lot of these YouTube videos. So just email me, and you know, I'll just answer your questions to the best that I can. But USA people here, they'll pretty much answer your questions if you got any. So all right, y'all, time is the essence. Let's make better time of it. Let me get out this bed. Let me get out this bed, wash my face, and get on my way so I can make this paper, baby. So, all right, y'all. I love y'all. Love you. All right, y'all. Time is the essence. Make better time of it. Because I love you, and I would never judge you. So, deuces.